Back with another edition of This Week in Penn State Wrestling, joined by assistant coach Troy Letters. Coach, can you talk about the trip down to the Virginia Duels? Obviously a positive experience, an undefeated trip down there.
Yeah, the Virginia Duels is a good event. I actually went there I was a wrestler for Lehigh and wrestled down there and wrestled some great duels and now going back as a coach, it really is a good event, and our guys got a great chance to wrestle some teams we might not see otherwise. We had several guys go undefeated, and David Taylor winning the OW down there, so it was a good event. Our guys competed real well, so I was happy with the results.
Can you talk about Brad Pataki and how he wrestled last weekend and how he's sort of managing his injury?
Pataki 4-0, pinned a good guy, a ranked guy that actually beat him in the past, beat him to be an All-American 2 years ago. Brad wrestled really well, and I think Brad's just going to keep getting better and better. He's finding his own right now and managing his injury really well and hitting his rehab real hard. So I think as the season continues, Brad's just going to get better and better. So 4-0 down there is a great start for Brad Pataki.
How about Andrew Long? His first action is in Nittany Lion. Talk about how he performed down in Virginia.
Andrew, I really like watching Andrew Long compete. He is just a tough wrestler. I think it's great having him in the room and having him on the team because he just brings a different style to him. He's got great hips, and more importantly, his attitude. His attitude is he's going to go out there and fight you, and he knows, and his opponents know if they wrestle him again, they're going to be in for a 7-minute fight, and that's the kind of attitude we wrestle with in here every day, and that's the kind of attitude we want our guys wrestling with every time they step on the mat wearing a Penn State singlet. And he brought that to the Virginia Duels and beat up on some guys down there. So I was real happy with Andrew Long, and I think we're going to expect big things from him come postseason.
You touched on the fact there were several guys who went undefeated. David Taylor, outstanding wrestler. Ed Ruth had a great couple days down there. Can you talk about those guys?
David Taylor, I think two pins, or a pin and 3 techs. He wrestled great down there. He beat up on some guys. He scored some points. He's another guy that's really preparing himself for the postseason, and scoring points like that really is big for our team, and it's going to be big come March for the team race. So he's a guy that's preparing himself to win the NCAA title, and same with Ed Ruth. Ed Ruth is another guy who can go out there and put a lot of points on the board. Both went 4-0. It's just those guys as freshmen wrestling the way they are and scoring points the way they are. They're just doing big things and setting a great example come March. So those guys are team leaders just by the way they compete and their attitude they have and the attitude they have in the room every day. And that's what's setting the pace for them to really be successful. Is every day they come in this wrestling room, they're setting that example. They wrestle hard in here. They're going to wrestle hard in matches. So they're doing a great job.
How much confidence does it give the team when everybody collectively wrestles as well as you did over the 2-day span down there?
It gives our team a lot of confidence, which is important. The team's really starting to mold together, as you can see in some of these matches, and even down at the scuffle. The team really starts to mold together and come together and supporting each other, knowing if they need to get bonus points and they're up by 6 and there's 30 seconds left, they're going after that bonus point win because they know it's important, and they know it's important for the postseason. So they're just preparing themselves now, and an event like that really helps them work together and come together as a team and putting points on the board as a team. So they're doing a great job. I'm real happy with them.
We have about a 10-day layoff leading up to the home duel against Pitt on the Big Ten Network. Can you talk about what the structure of practice will be like and the types of things that you're working on leading up to that duel?
This is a great training time for us with this weekend off. We planned it. Coach Cody Sanderson planned our schedule out, and having this weekend off, we knew it was going to be a great time for us to get some good training in, and that's what we plan to do. We plan to have some tough practices this week, and some tough practices leading into next week up to Pittsburgh. So that's what we're going to look at this week as, just a great time to work on some areas we need to work on some positions we need to work on, and get after it here in the wrestling room. So this is, I think, some of the best competition these guys are going to have, is wrestling each other and wrestling the guys we have in this room. So it's a great time for us to really kick it up a notch and get in better shape and get ready for Pittsburgh come next Friday.
One final thing, if you could just give me a brief comment on the Iowa duel being sold out and sort of the fan support.
I think it's awesome, the fan support we have, and not just for Iowa, for all our duels. We always have a packed house and wrestle in front of a packed house, and this year's Iowa match being sold out early just shows how big of a sport wrestling is in Pennsylvania, but more importantly, Penn State wrestling to Pennsylvania fans is it's what it's all about right now. So it's really exciting. It's an exciting time to be a part of Penn State wrestling. It's an exciting time to be a fan, and I'm looking forward to not only Iowa match, but every match. Every match I really look forward to it, especially at Rec Hall with the fans we have. So,
all right, best of luck this week leading up to the Pit Duel next Friday night.
Thanks a lot.